friends, we're going to do another video today, a reaction video to Jason Blaha, the strength, fitness, whatever, baloney, the gym, lifting, recruiting, gear, fitness slave himself, Jason Blaha, and I'm going to do a reaction video to this. So let's see, Blaha says, how long should our useless workouts be in the gym doing concentric movements like him all the time without any eccentric? Okay, what's the point of bodybuilding? Bodybuilding is about only one thing: doing eccentric exercises. But people are so dumb. They're saying, you're doing partial reps, bro. You don't seem to understand. Everything that you're doing in the gym are partial reps. You just observe people exercising. Notice how they do partial reps for concentric, and some people do partial rep for eccentric. Now, if you're doing a complete full range of motion, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you want to exhaust yourself, but it's very specific. Bodybuilding is only about the eccentric movement. It's all over PubMed, NCBI. They tell you what causes muscle damage. The eccentric movement, vigorous movements, unaccustomed, untrained, unfamiliar forms in the eccentric form causes this damage. It never says eccentric movements. It never says concentric movements that you're accustomed to doing or you're trained doing. Duh.
How long should you work out? Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I thought I would chat with you guys.
I will prove it in this video. Everything he's doing here is it's concentric. Okay, watch.
I was a little bit about this today. I'm going to tell people that it's going to be dependent on a number of factors, but generally speaking, if you are lifting weights for the purpose of gaining muscle mass, okay, if we're trying to gain muscle mass, I'm going to say going over about 45 minutes to an hour in the gym.
That's why sissy squats are so, people revere them. They're like, these sissy squats are so good. Want to know why? It's not the fact that they're putting heavy weight on their back. They're able to do multiple stretches on the quads by doing sissy squats. It's really focused on it. So you could do many sissy squats and you'll get more benefits out of doing sissy squats by getting the muscles to damage, and you'll get an adaptation. What's the adaptation? It'll repair bigger and stronger. So now it will be resilient from further assaults with a repeated bout. So what do you need to do now? Well, if you're doing the same sissy squat, you're going to have to do something in that sissy squat that you're unaccustomed to doing. Maybe you're going to have to do higher repetitions, more sets, more repetitions, more sets. It's dependent because it's resilient for further assaults because it repaired and remodeled a lot fucking stronger, dude. Get it?
Is probably useless for gaining muscle, and I want to be clear when I state that. I'm not saying there can't be other benefits.
Right there, look where he ends up. It's like he's sitting on a toilet seat when in fact you're and his legs are so far apart. In bodybuilding, we don't want our legs far apart. We want the movement to be extremely taxing, as difficult as you can make it. I never squat with my feet apart like this. They're actually really close together in. It's practically touching the metal here at each side. And that's why he's doing this, because, oh, it's easier and it's easier and it's very impressive for my viewers, because he wants to impress you. The point is to keep your legs in a lot closer. You want closer. That's just like deadlifting and bodybuilding. Bodybuilding deadlifting is not about the sumo lift because I want to look good by lifting the most weight. No, you want to make it hard. You want to keep your legs straight. You want to keep them in, and deadlift, the same thing. And you want to do it as far deep as you could get it. Now, his butt is not going to hit the back of his heels, watch. So he's not going to get a full stretch.
I'm not saying you're doing jump volume.
Right there. He hit the halfway point. So this is a concentric movement. This is not eccentric, dude. You understand me, man?
Doesn't help some people psychologically because it clearly...
And he did 1 rep. You think 1 rep is enough in an eccentric movement to cause damage on myofibulars? That's why the deadlifting sucks, because they do 1 rep of everything. They're basically just into lifting as heavy as they can, taxing the nervous system, but they're not there to build any real strength Myofibula through myofibulars. You understand me? Permanent strength.
Really does. Some people benefit from it. A lot of people benefit from the conditioning end. They need
Benefit for what conditioning? What are you talking about? Conditioning. Conditioning is endurance work. That's what conditioning is.
it for conditioning purposes or using it to burn through calories. All of
It
that
just makes you better at doing exercises, conditioning. Okay, that's all it really does.
That's well and good, okay? Those are legitimate uses of your training time. However, if we are in the gym and lifting weights because we're like, look, I want to gain muscle.
Watch, he's not doing anything here. He doesn't know anything about bodybuilding whatsoever.
I want to gain strength. You're looking for lifting weights because we're like, look, I want to gain muscle. I want to gain.
Yeah, people want to gain muscle, and when you gain muscle, you gain what? You gain strength. Yeah. But you're not gaining any strength. You're taxing the nervous system to give you a false type of strength. That strength is based on chemical strength. It's unnatural what you're doing there.
Strength. You're looking for positive tissue.
Let's just put it this way. It's artificial strength, okay? But if it's based on myofibrillar strength, then it isn't artificial. See what I mean? It's real.
Adaptations in your muscle tissue, right? That is the purpose you are using it for.
Yeah, you're getting an adaptation in getting better at lifting this weight, but you never got better at damaging these muscle fibers in unaccustomed states, unaccustomed bouts, to get physically bigger and stronger and faster. Look, man, strength, power, speed, and performance. That's what myofibrillar growth is. It's based on getting strength, power, strength, man, whatever. Bigger, better, stronger, and faster. You understand me?
I'm going to put a cap in that 45 to 60 minute range. And I'll go so far as to say that I've seen people have 30 and 40 minute workouts and do nothing more who got phenomenal results because they...
Strength, power, and speed and performance. Speed and performance is based on type 2 myofibrillar growth. Now, it's not based on getting good at lifting a heavy weight. See that?
Trained really, really, really hard. Okay.
Again, this is eccentric move. These are concentric movements. These are not eccentric. This is not bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is about just the eccentric portion of that movement in an unaccustomed or untrained, unfamiliar state. Man, I brought this up in so many videos. I'm tired of doing this.
And this comes down to that basic philosophy.
Again, there you go. He just kind of, and he kind of bounces like the toilet seat. I call this the toilet seat lift.
Philosophy of how hard are you training, a volume versus intensity debate.
He's done nothing here, absolutely nothing. He's just wasted his time.
But people on some of the extreme ends of the intensity side don't even train that much, and that's the point I want to make. There's a lot of people who they're working.
He's maintaining being good at doing this to impress you people, but you people are easily impressed because you're all brainwashed out there. Da-da.
Workouts are less than 45 minutes consistently. They're less than 45.
Man, you should see what people write about Blaha. Oh, Blaha, but he's so good. Look how far he's come. His physique, this and that. He's not come anywhere. Look at the guy I just put up, Napoleon XXX. Look at his pictures. 6 years ago, he was like that. 5 years later, he's like that. What did he actually achieve? Nothing. He achieved nothing. He aged. You know what he achieved? Aging himself to death. And that's what Blaha has done. 47 years old, looking like he's 85, going on 90. Okay, dude? And that's all of you out there, too, as well. Learn your lesson.
Minutes consistently. Okay? And they get phenomenal results. And I'm talking big, strong, jacked people. But how hard are they training? They are training super hard. Like their sets are to failure. There's all sorts of extended sets. Right? They're coming in, and every single set that they are doing is all the way to the bleeding edge. Okay? And when people train that way, sometimes some 30.
Yeah, all the way to the bleeding edge. Yeah, okay, man. I don't know. I have no idea what he's ranting about.
35-minute workouts.
Even this bench press is useless. Look at the bench press.
Can be brutally effective.
Let's critique the bench press.
Okay, they can be brutally effective.
Okay, he brought it down to his chest, which is not bad. The question is, why is he bringing it all the way up? Do you necessarily have to bring it all the way up? No, you don't have to bring it all the way up. You need rapid firing movements in the eccentric portion of the bench, bro. Get it? And then when you want to lift it up, then lift it all the way to the top and throw it back on the rack to re-rack it. That's why you want to go full range, to re-rack the stupid weight. But in bodybuilding, we're only interested in the eccentric movement.
So that's what we're looking at there. But then on the other extreme, I'm going to say, if we're able to try.
Look, it's like when people complain about people not doing full lockout, or they're doing something, but you're competing against each other, I guess. To do eccentric movements, let's say for the OHP, and they go, well, he didn't do full lockout. Well, in bodybuilding, when you're trying to damage muscles, we don't give a shit about full lockout. We don't care about the concentric movement whatsoever. Our focus is the eccentric movement, rapid, fast firing movements to cause that muscle to damage.
Consistently and beyond an hour, you probably.
So we can eke out a new adaptation and not waste our time being a gym lifting slave like Blaha.
You're not gaining anything from it in terms of muscle growth because you are simply unable to maintain performance that long.
Performance maintain, it's not about performing. That's why he's a performing channel. He's performing for all of you. That's why he's useless. All of this is useless. He's useless.
You're probably not working any of the upper threshold muscle fibers, right?
This too. The way he does it, we don't do that in bodybuilding. When we do deadlifts and we lift the weights. Now, this is definitely, his legs are close in. So this is definitely a bodybuilding stance for deadlifting, okay? It's not based on sumo. And so when you lift this portion, when you lift it up, we don't drop the weight. We bring the weight down slowly. You understand me? It's a stopping motion on the muscle fibers to cause them to break.
Not what's happening. You're not working those things effectively, okay?
And here's another thing. In bodybuilding, we don't need to focus on the concentric movement at the top. We don't need to go full lockout on deadlifts. What we're focusing on is the weight going down. We're counting one as going down, number two, going down, number three. We're not counting going up, number one, up, number two, up, number three, like yo-yos.
Because you're not working them effectively, you're just not gaining any.
Look, he goes all the way up and then he pauses. Now he's going to go down. This is somewhat bodybuilding now. Because you noticed before he would drop the weight on the floor. Watch, it would bounce.
Significant muscle
right there, it bounced. He threw it down, bro. This is not bodybuilding whatsoever. Christ, people don't even know anything about bodybuilding online. Man, if I was to make a real channel, and to really, because people ask me, you could show us how to do exercises. I have shown a lot of stuff before on my channel. If I was to really focus on making a channel and people would pay me, then I would really focus on showing you the real true exercises, how to do them properly, and how to get these new adaptations, and what to eat, how to eat, time it, and everything. Maybe I will do that. I said when I come back from Colombia in the wintertime, I'll be back here because I'm leaving soon. I'll be back probably in wintertime for Colombia. I don't know. And I'm gonna go. There's a gym beside the buffet, and so maybe I will film some of the exercises there that I'm doing, and I'll show you that what real true bodybuilding is about and how to build your body even at the age in your late 50s, 60s, how to still build your body like a beast. You understand me? By using the eccentric movements in the gym and only working out once a week and then going to the buffet the rest of the week and eating in a positive nitrogen balance. That's it, bro. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I'll set up a second channel because this channel's, I don't know, man. This channel's useless. I have to set up a second channel, and because I might lose. You never know, YouTube. You could lose this channel, so I need a backup channel again, another one. So I'm going to make a new channel soon. So Just look out for that. I don't know.
Fatigued at that point, or you've held back so long if you're still recruiting anything or making adaptation just because you really and truly goofed off the first 30 minutes, and then you can get away with it. Now, can there be other exceptions? Okay, can there be other exceptions? Can there be?
Look, he lifts the concentric portion, but there's no eccentric. Bodybuilding is eccentric. That's why he's not building anything. He's not damaging, he's not building. Watch.
Big exceptions to that.
This is not bodybuilding.
Yeah, I think the answer is yes. I think there can be. There can absolutely be exceptions. Maybe people who are going really heavy and taking super long breaks. Okay, so let's say someone is coming in and they're going to squat.
He's even weak when he lifts this weight. He's so weak. He's so weak. Think about it. Why do they bring in bigger trucks and bigger tractors to haul bigger logs or trees or pull things out of the ground? Why do they bring bigger ones? Because bigger is stronger. There's less stress on the machine. A little one would bust and break trying to lift something super heavy, right? Why do these power lifters, why do they get injured? Because they're weak. They lift something heavy, they're weak. How do you get stronger? By creating more muscle fibers, by getting more myofibrillar growth. Then when you lift the weight, it's not taxing on your body or stressful anymore. Get it? That's how it adapts. It adapts by repairing and remodeling a lot stronger so that there's less taxing on the body. But you are coming in too often. That's the problem. And so you're adapting to lifting something heavy, but you didn't adapt by growing any more myofibrillars because it's based on muscle damage. And it's tricky, your body. It doesn't want to build muscle. You understand? You understand me? It's got to carry you through a famine and shit, bro. Get it? It's still based on the natural world, not the fake world where I'm going to lift away. I got to get stronger. I got to get bigger. Stupid shit like that, dude.
Or bench press for an hour and a half. But they're taking 10 minutes between sets.
I like how he walks, pretends he's strong. He pumps some glycogen eating fake food, tofu, rice, whatever, yam, fucking diet.
Right? They're doing 3 reps every 10 minutes or something like that, but they are going heavy. Could those people maybe...
Look at the exercise. We don't need to go full range to the top. We need the bottom portion is the most important. But of course, this will give you the bottom portion, a lot of it, because people are they're lazy to go all the way up and down anyway.
Benefit. Okay?
Sure.
Yes, absolutely. In that context, those people can benefit.
See, this exercise will force you to focus more on the eccentric portion, but it only ever damages it in an unaccustomed state. You understand me? If it's unfamiliar, unaccustomed, or untrained doing that exercise.
But that's kind of an exception. They're doing something a little bit different.
The problem with the concentric movement, it takes up a lot of energy. It exhausts you because you're going against gravity. But when you go with gravity, you can load more weight. You could take on more weight in the eccentric portion. The eccentric portion, doing your natural partial rep, what you're supposed to, going halfway and down, halfway up, down. We're not interested in the concentric portion as bodybuilders. So we are able to load more weight so we can cause damage. That's the whole point. Because it's resilient from further assaults. You need to go heavier to damage it. And it has to be multiple repetitions. It's got to be an overworking of that untrained muscle. Get it?
But if we're going to discuss those things, we need to discuss those exceptions to the rules. But if you were taking reasonable...
I think people don't even understand when I say an overworking of an untrained muscle. I didn't say that you weren't a trained individual in the gym. What's a unique feature of untrained muscles? They get stiff and sore the next day due to muscle damage. That doesn't mean that you were untrained. You just simply did something that you were untrained doing in that exercise. For example, you may be trained doing 10 repetitions, 5 sets of 10 repetitions, but you're not trained doing 5 sets of 20 repetitions. Get it? So you were untrained doing that. Now, if you're untrained doing that and you do it, you may get a new adaptation. You'll get some damage if you know exactly what you're shooting for. But if you're not focused on that and trying to get that, then you'll never get nothing. You'll be like Blaha. You're going to get a zero. Get it, dude?
Times two. Discuss those exceptions to the rules. But if you were taking reasonable times, two to 4 minutes between sets, you were training hard, you're probably not going to see a lot beyond that, mainly because, again, at a certain point, performance just degrades. We're not.
Again, he's a performer. We are not, as bodybuilders, we are not concerned about performance. We are concerned in getting bigger and stronger. That is our goal. Our goal is to get bigger and fucking brutally fucking strong. Get it, dude? That is our goal as real bodybuilders. I'm not talking about fake steroid people on stage, okay? I'm talking about real bodybuilding, not like this loser. Look at this guy. He looks like Grabs.
Really getting into any of the deep fibers anymore. And then we're just burning calories. We're working intermediate fibers.
He doesn't really... Man, again, that this is wrong.
So again...
He brings it up. This can help you on the seated position, but it's not necessary. Why do you need to sit down to do it? Why do you need to sit down to do it?
Context dependent. So when I'm giving this general rule...
Again, he's focused on the concentric movement. He's bringing it too far up. He needs to focus on bringing it all the way down and then bringing it up, partial way up and then down. And it has to be rapid, fast firing movements.
And I'm going to kind of go through all of it again.
See? He's swinging the weight all the way up to the top and then bringing it down. There's no stopping motion there. Notice it's just, there's flow. There's flow. Too much flow here. This exercise is too easy. And he's adapted because he's always doing the same way, bro. Get it?
That for people who are...
And he's doing the same repetitions, the same weight, same everything here. But you as an experienced lifter with the time, you will notice what will cause this damage. Once you first start to develop and understand what will get this damage, you will be able to get it again and again to come back so you can get some new adaptations. It's really, bodybuilding is very difficult. It is astronomically high, hard, difficult on the bar to get these muscles to damage and then to get them to repair and remodel a lot bigger and stronger. Astronomically hard. He's just wasting his time.
Training pretty dang hard, pretty dang efficiently. Maybe they're not training as hard as humanly possible.
That's what I try to tell you. Steroids do not build muscles. Scientists tell you steroids don't build muscles, bro. Adaptations. In an adaptation, you can build muscle, but not steroids. An adaptation does. It still applies in the natural world, not these fake cosmetics.
Okay, they're not going a full 100% all balls to the wall. Okay?
Balls to the wall.
Because those could be down as low as 30
That was like so easy. He just was like up and down, up and down, up and down. I'm done.
minutes. Okay? Those people probably in that 45 minute up to about 60 minutes, I'd say 40 to 60 minutes, that's probably going to be your sweet spot. That is where you're going to gain most of the muscle. Your volume is probably sufficient to
That's your sweet spot.
maximize growth. Your intensities can be higher.
That's
You have to get away with it. And then
where you're going to maximize growth. You are going to maximize growth? No, your body dictates what it's going to maximize. You don't dictate anything. You don't maximize shit. Jack shit, dude.
you know, when you're going beyond that, it is probably turning into junk volume. Okay? That's who I'm talking about. So most people, again, your outliers, your exceptions, going to be obviously the people who are training literally going 100%.
Yeah, sure.
Okay?
Okay.
Intense sets to failure, possible
What was that?
intensity techniques, drop sets, forced reps, rest, super long breaks.
Whatever.
Okay?
Whatever.
Who could possibly benefit be the people who are just training really lazy. Their
He's training very lazily. That's right. He's lazy.
early sets are almost warm-up,
Lazy.
so they'll just do the volume. Can they still get good stimulus and get jacked? Sure, absolutely.
But what is going on here exactly? The movements have to be rapid firing.
Wouldn't be my first choice because then the time commitment. So you have those people, but then what do we talk about the other benefits?
Look, Mom, I broke a muscle.
Conditioning and fat loss. Okay, so people who are essential,
Conditioning, fat loss.
okay,
Boring.
we do that.
Boring.
Are getting
More boring.
it's pretty muscle protective, right? So we're doing
Yes, it's muscle protective. When muscle repairs and remodels a lot stronger, it's protected from any more assaults from your stupid lifts.
Resistance training, so if they're trying to maximize body composition,
So he makes it even more difficult for him to try to damage the muscles because he's focused on the concentric portion, not the eccentric. Oh my God.
while using it as cardio, it's actually quite effective. It can be, again, an
Oh man. This is really funny. I don't know what's going on here, dude.
extremely effective technique as long as they can recover from it. And that's going to depend on genetics, work capacity, and a whole lot of other stuff. So
How they recover from it, us bodybuilders, we don't recover, we grow.
again, these are the exceptions to the rule that I gave. So hopefully that clarified it. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been
It was very uninformative, a waste of time, broski. I don't know what he's thinking, but whatever. I'll see you in the next one. Touch, think about that, like, subscribe, support the channel. Waste of time. I told you, people waste a lot of their years and time in the gym because they don't understand what bodybuilding is about. And I brought it up several videos. You can watch them and educate yourself. See you in the next one. Ciao, friends.